The air will go to Kokomo, taken by Rick Miles. On to the guard now, and he'll pass that ball over to Jeff Arnett. Now to Stan McNulty, onto the left-hand side. To Arnett, top of the key to Miles, down the corner. Here's a jumper by Alexander, and he rips the bucket, and it's 2-0 Kokomo. Wildcats hitting on Alexander's shot from the right forward position. Now Logansport on the dribble now. Williams to Wilson down the left side to big Matt Mullen. Matt holds that ball up in the air, looking around into the high pivot to Griner, fakes off to Mullen, now over to Scott Boyer, and traveling is called on the senior forward for the Berries, and Logansport's guilty of its first turnover of the evening, and the Cats will put the ball in play right here below us. Cats leading 2-0. Don't be fooled by that 2-6 record. Their only conference win was over Jeff of Lafayette. They were beaten by Marion by 2. All right, Kokomo setting up their offense now. Here comes Miles in the corner with a shot. It's wide of the mark. The ball, and a foul is called on the fight for the rebound against Kokomo. And it's on number 41, Bruce Alexander, his first, and the first foul in the ball game. And it will give the Berries ball control, and Kokomo will use a full court press against Logansport. It's inbounds to Scott Boyer. He's guarded by Bruce Alexander, brings it near the time stripe, steps across it, deep down the side now to Mullen, over to Boyer, back out to the guard slot to Williams. Kokomo leading 2-0, a little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Boyer to Williams, deep right sideline. Williams fakes, drives in, gets around Alexander, fakes, goes for the board, and is called for traveling. And the Berry fans voice their disapproval of the official's call, and Kokomo will get it over on the Berries' second turnover in the first minute and 10 seconds. Working the ball now, Stan McNulty, and he's at mid-floor, crisscrossing with Arnett, passes down to Willie Miles, over to Arnett, down the far corner to Alexander. Arnett at 15 feet, the one-hander was wide of the mark and pulled off the board by the Berry Scott Boyer. Now to Williams, up the left side. Williams will set up the offense for Logansport to Mike Wilson, back to Williams. This is WSAL in Logansport, Indiana. Now Williams with the ball to Matt Mullen. Williams comes over to take the ball from Matt on the left side, about halfway down the side. Dribbling the ball with his right hand and looking, feeds it back out to Wilson. Mike works to his right with a bounce pass over to Rusty Griner. Rusty fakes down to the baseline, gives back to Wilson, top of the key, over to Mullins now. Matt with that ball up in the air over his head on the baseline. The pass is intercepted for Kokomo by number 24, Rick Miles. Now McNulty brings it up floor and can't handle the ball. Is called for traveling, and the Berries will get it. The Berries now guilty of 3 turnovers. And I don't believe they've had a shot at the basket yet in the ball game. No shots by Logansport and 3 turnovers. 5:50 to go in the quarter. Kokomo leads at 2-0. Berries looking for their first points. Wilson has it, left guard slot. Now to Matt Mullen. Matt back out to Williams, back to Mullen, back out to Williams, over to Boyer. Down the right side they find Wilson, and here's a foul at the top of the lane. Whistle blows, and the foul is going to be called against Kokomo. It'll be on Rick Miles, number 24, his first, and the second team foul against the Wildcats. Berries put the ball in play at the sideline. Williams with it, drives the lane for the layup. It is no good, and we're getting another foul. This will be on Logansport's Rusty Griner. And for a moment, we thought we might get a goaltending call against Kokomo, and so did quite a few Logansport fans, but it was not the call of the referee. Instead, Rusty Griner gets his first personal and the first team foul on the Berries, and Kokomo brings it up. Here's Arnett working the left side, down the corner. Miles with a long one-hander, but is no good. Tipped up, no good, and taken by finally by Mike Wilson of the Berries. Wilson taking his time, bringing the ball up floor, gives off to Jeff Williams, who's standing right in the top of the center ring. Faking, comes down the lane, goes in underneath, and has the ball knocked away from him and out of bounds. It'll be Logansport's ball at the end of the floor. Rick Miles and Willie Miles present a formidable front defensive wall for the Wildcats, and the Berries are having trouble with it. They're being intimidated. Here's Tom Rethlake in the ball game for Kokomo. He'll replace Jeff Arnett at guard. Rethlake is a 5'10 senior, so we've got all seniors. Here's Williams, inbounds pass. The shot is good at 18 feet. Jeff Williams gets the Berries on the board with 4:58 to go, 3 minutes into the ball game, and it's tied at 2-2. Now McNulty, out to Rethlake, back to McNulty, deep in the corner. The shot by Alexander is off the rim. The rebound tipped around, finally taken by Griner of the Logan Berries. Clears traffic, bounces the ball up to Scott Boyer, over to Jeff Williams. 4:40 to go in the quarter, a low-scoring quarter. The score 2-2. Here's Wilson now, left guard slot. Breathlake guarding Williams very tightly. Williams bounce pass back to Mike Wilson, almost lost the handle but managed to find it on the dribble. Back to Williams at mid-floor, comes to the top of the key, reverses down the lane. A fadeaway jump shot is no good. We'll have a whistle on the play, and a foul will be called against number 12, Tom Breathlake. That is his first and Kokomo's third team foul. Berries will put possession, have possession rather, at the end line and put the ball in play in the person of Scott Boyer. Here's the out-of-bounds pass over to Williams on the right side. Jeff had to reach for it a bit. Kokomo sets their defense now. They're into a zone. Long shot. Williams, no good. The rebound to the corner to Kokomo. Long pass down floor, and we're going to get a foul call on Mike Wilson guarding Rick Miles. And Wilson gets his first. That will be the second team foul on the Berries, and Kokomo will put it in play at their end of the floor. 4:08 to go. Each team has one basket, and the score is tied. Pass in underneath to Miles. Fakes. Now, here's the whistle. He traveled. Big Matt Mullen intimidated Rick Miles that time and caused the Kokomo pivot man to travel. And the Berries will get the ball. Coach Jim Williams up on his feet below us. It's a big game for the Berries. Anytime you get in the conference, they're big ones. Boyer up to Wilson. 4 minutes exactly to go in the quarter. We're halfway through the first period. Here's Wilson, top of the key. Now to Jeff Williams on the far side to Boyer. Berries very deliberate in their offense. Wilson to Williams. Left guard position. Over to Boyer. Back out to Williams at mid-floor. Spread, here's zone. The shot by Williams is no good. The rebound to the free throw line to Breathlake. Deflected and intercepted by Wilson. Long pass down floor. Williams is there and draws the foul. Did not go for the shot that gets the foul on Willie Miles. And that's Willie's first foul. That's the fourth team foul on Kokomo. And Logansport will have ball possession at their end of the floor. 3.5 minutes to go, and still it's only 2-2. Boy, that just goes to show you, if either team would have been hot at all, they'd had a big lead. Here's Williams with the ball. The Boyer in the corner. Doesn't shoot. Over to Wilson. Back to Williams. Neither team is shooting much. Williams, right side now to Scott Boyer for the Berries. Kokomo maintaining their zone defense. Now Mike Wilson, left side of the circle. Off to Williams, to Boyer. Boyer dribbles it a couple times, returns to Wilson, back to Boyer. Scott takes it in the lane with a shot. It is no good. The ball is up, no good. It fell off. And the rebound is controlled by Willie Miles of Kokomo. Score still only 2-2. Just less than 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Here's Breathlake. Long bounce pass is kicked by Jeff Williams, and Kokomo will put it in play from the far sideline. Breathlake bouncing the ball in now to McNulty. Comes from the left to the right side of the floor. Pass to Willie Miles. Berries in his zone defensively. Now McNulty with it. Top of the key to Breathlake. On this side to Alexander. Back out. Around the horn they move. Willie Miles moves in. Loose ball picked up. Baseline Alexander. It's high off the rim. No good. Rebound. Tipped and taken by Boyer of the Berries. 2.5 minutes to go. Not much scoring, but a lot of activity, and the fans seem to like it every minute of it. Here's Mike Wilson now. Over to Jeff Williams for Logansport. Scott Boyer deep on the right side. Working the ball out to Wilson at the guard position. Mike comes down the left side, stops, he's open. The shot is high off the rim, no good. The rebound in the lane up by Griner, no good. Taken off by Miles, Willie Miles for Kokomo. He brings it up across the 10-second line. Gives back to McNulty. Over to Breathlake. Down the right side, Alexander. Back out. Breathlake in the pivot. The ball is deflected and a scramble. We're going to have a jump ball called with 1:56 seconds to go. Well, if you just came in and looked at the scoreboard, you'd think it might be a stall ball game. It's been anything but neither team's been able to get the ball in the basket. 2-2 is the score. Jump ball here between Rick Miles at 6'3" and Mike Wilson, and Rick controls it to Willie, and he's taken away from him by Rusty Griner. Good play by Rusty. Jeff Williams of the Berries now has the ball. Fake to drive, stops, back to Wilson. Very deliberate offense. Berries are more or less standing around at the moment. Now Wilson to Williams, comes down the left side. He's pretty well covered up, can't get in. Looking around, finds Matt Mullen down the corner, back to Williams. 1:30 seconds to go in the first period. Over to Mike Wilson, back out to Jeff Williams, now to Mullen on this side. Faked the give and go, but couldn't get it in. Back to Boyer, over to Wilson, down to Mullen. Berry's looking for a hole or a seam in that Kokomo defense. So far, they have not been able to find it. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Boyer on the post to Griner. Give and go to Boyer, a loose ball, and Kokomo's Rethlake recovers, and a scramble in the lane, and the referee still hasn't called anything, and now a jump ball is called. Looked like a football game in the lane there for a moment. The jump ball will be called with 1 minute 3 seconds to go between Tom Rethlake of Kokomo and Logansport's Scott Boyer at the Berry's free throw circle. 2-2 the score. Here's the tip. Boyer gets it to Wilson, and we're going to get a whistle on the jump ball. They're going to call Kokomo for moving on the circle, and Logansport will get the ball out of bounds. 1 minute to go here in the quarter. Inbounds to Jeff Williams and knocked right away from him and out of bounds by Rethlake. The Berries will put it in play in the corner. All right, inbounds to Jeff Williams. Williams gets a pick from Griner, but can't get open for a shot. Out deep near the 10-second line. Wilson comes down into the corner. Boyer drives. It is no good, but he's fouled on the play. Missed the layup, but was fouled in the process, and I believe it's on number 24. Coach Jim Williams is out there, and I think he's maintaining a possible goaltending call. The foul is on Rick Miles, number 24. It is his first, and that is the 15th foul on Kokomo. Rather, his second personal foul. Boyer will be at the free throw line, and he'll have 2 shots. All right, here's Scott Boyer. Free throw attempt is up. It's good. Gives the Berries their 3rd point of the game with 49 seconds to go in the quarter, but they have a 1-point lead over Kokomo. Now Boyer's second free throw. It's in the air, and he's got it. So the Berries take a commanding 4-2 lead, if you believe it, with 45 seconds to play in the period. Here's Rethlake on the side. McNulty back to Rethlake, top of the key, on the far side, in the pivot, turnaround jump shot is wide of the mark, pulled out by Boyer, 34 seconds to play. Boyer, long pass, down to Griner. He puts it up and in. Nice play. Rusty Griner gets his first basket. The Berries lead 6-2 with 24 seconds to go. Now Rethlake, top of the key for Kokomo. Bounce pass. Willie Miles, shot left side. He's got it. Willie, who's averaging 13 points a game, gets his first basket, and it's 6-4. Berries on top of Kokomo. 8 seconds to go. Williams brings it down. Hook pass over to Wilson. He's open. The shot is no good. The rebound with 1 second by Boyer is in, and it counts. And that's the end of the quarter with the Berries leading by a score of 8-4. And now this for Logan Savings in the brokerage house. All right, here's the start of the second quarter, and the tip double tipped around. It'll be picked up by Logansport's Mike Wilson. In the first quarter, Berries 3 of 10 for 30%. The Cats 2 of 9, 22%. Logan leading 8-4. Here's Williams, give and go to Mullins. Matt is in. The shot is up. It is no good. He traveled. He made the basket. It's taken away from him on the traveling call. Berries are guilty of, I think, about 4 turnovers here in the ball game. Kokomo on the attack as the Berries drop back into their zone defense. Over to Willie Miles, shoots from the left side. It's in and out. Rebound will be controlled by Rethlake in the lane. Out to Rick Miles of Kokomo. Feeds out. McNulty is open at 15, and he puts it in. McNulty scoring. It's 8-6 now. Berries lead by 2. Kokomo using a full court press. Williams brings it down, beating the press on the side to Griner, and we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to get a foul call, I believe, on Rethlake of Kokomo. It will be his second foul of the ball game, and it will send Logansport's Jeff Williams to the free throw line. Williams, averaging 27.1 per game, has 1 field goal so far tonight. He'll have 1-1 coming up here at the Charity Stripe for the Logan Berries. 8-6 the score. Just started play here in the second quarter. Williams' free throw is good. That will earn him the bonus shot. Berries in action tomorrow night in a non-conference game and a toughie. It'll be at Huntington. Here's Williams' bonus. The free throw is good. So it's a 10-6 ball game in favor of Logansport with 7:20 to go in the first half. Kokomo in their blue uniforms up floor. Rethlake, the playmaker now for the Cats, almost lost the ball, comes back to the time stripe to get it. To McNulty, to Rethlake, bounce pass Willie Miles, Berry's in a zone. Now Rethlake with the ball, far side. It's McNulty, comes halfway down the left side of the floor, back to Rethlake, in the circle, bounce pass is stolen by Williams. He races down floor for the layup and scores. It's 12-6 to Berries, and Kokomo takes time with 6:51 to go in the half, and we'll pause for this from Tab.
Goes right now. It's a free throw line up, shooting from the outside for either team. Williams has been doing all right. He has 6 points, leading scoring now for both teams. Here's Willie with the ball for the Cats. Took the time, top of the key.
He didn't get it started until late. He was looking at a room.
Stand, in and out, no good. And Rick tried to take that out. Took it in by Rick Miles.
Who was that?
That's his first 2 of the game.
Rick Miles.
Williams coming down driving.
Right, Rick Miles scores on a tip-in for Kokomo, and the Berries bring the ball up the floor. They're called for palming the dribble. It's Miles' first basket, makes the score 12-8 in favor of the Berries, and now another turnover by Logansport gives the ball back to Kokomo. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. On the attack for the Wildcats, McNulty over to Rick Miles, back to Jeff Arnett, who's back in the ball game now in the far corner. Willie Miles, baseline jump shot. It is no good. Rebound, tipped around, taken out by Rick Miles. At the edge of the circle, a shot away is no good by McNulty. At the top of the backboard, Rick Miles gets it and travels with the ball. But off the rim, hit the top of the backboard, came down, and Rick Miles was off balance at the time, and traveling is called. The Berries will get it. Kokomo using a full court press, and the Berries lose the ball out of bounds. That's about 6 or 7 turnovers now by Logansport. They still lead 12-8, but they're giving the Wildcats the opportunities. Arnett with the ball. On the right side to McNulty. Now to Alexander. Back out to Arnett. And here's going to be an offensive foul against Kokomo's Stan McNulty. That will be his first as he ran over Jeff Williams. And Coach Carl McNulty of Kokomo comes out to question the official, and he comes over to the scorer's bench to call the offensive foul on Stan McNulty. It will be his first of the game, and the offensive foul gives ball control to Logansport. Berries with a 4-point lead, 5:55 to go in the first half. Williams drives, left side of the floor, almost lost it, being double teamed, gets it out to Wilson. Mike around the top of the key, pass back is tipped, but Griner will control it. Off the fingers of Arnett. Now bounce pass over to Williams, and he is hit with a body block by McNulty, and that's his second personal foul. And the Berries will get the ball here at the side of the floor. McNulty and Williams get up, slap each other on the hind end, and they're ready to go back at it again. 5:42 to go here in the half. Logansport in a low-scoring game, leading by only 4, 12-8. Coach Jim Williams up now, talking with Jeff Williams. Well, the Berries will get the 1-1 free throw. That's right, the bonus rule is in effect, and Jeff Williams will go to the free throw line. He has 6 of the Berries' 12 points. He's hit 2 out of 2 at the free throw circle tonight. His charity toss is good. 13-8 now, Logansport leading. Williams ready again. Right-hand free throw attempt is up. It's off the back of the rim, tipped over, and finally controlled by Willie Miles of Kokomo. Pass up the floor to Arnett. Jeff gets around Jeff Williams, drives the lane, goes in for a layup, no good, and a foul on either Griner or Mullen. We'll wait and see which one the referee's going to call it on. It'll be on number 50. That'll be Matt Mullen of Logansport, his first. That's the 3rd team foul on the Berries, and the Cats will have their first free throw attempt of the ball game now, and Jeff Arnett will have 2 shots coming. 6-foot sophomore, left-handed free throw shooter. It's good. Now his second charity toss here. 5:32 to go, 13-9. Berries on top, and Arnett's free throw is in and good. It's 13-10. Logansport leading. Again, the full court press. Spotted the Berries once. Long pass down to Griner. He's there and scores. That'll be a press anytime. Boyer threw the ball the length of the floor to Griner, and he was right in front of the basket for an easy lay-in. It's 15-10. The Berries lead now. 5:16 to go. Here's Rick Miles in the lane with a shot away. It's no good. Rebound controlled by Mullen of the Berries. Over to Williams. Williams takes his time, bringing the ball up the floor. Across the 10-second line. Guarded closely by Arnett to Wilson. Now to Mullen on the left side. Back to Jeff Williams. Jeff drives to the corner, to the baseline. Takes it in under. It's blocked, and a foul is called. Foul will be on Willie Miles. No, it's Willie or Rick. We'll wait to get the official word here. Rick, no, it's 33, Willie Miles. It is his second personal foul. Williams at the line, draws a pair. The first one is good. 16-10 now, the Berries leading, and Williams at the line again, puts it up, drops it through. To give Logansport their biggest lead of 7 points, 17-10, with 4:54 remaining in the half. McNulty with the ball down the right side to Bruce Alexander. Back to Jeff Arnett. Top of the key now, Willie Miles on the far sideline to McNulty. Back to the line, it's Arnett over to McNulty. Back to Arnett. Now he'll come to the right side with the pass down to Willie Miles. Berry still in the zone defense. Here's a shot by Willie. It will not count. An offensive foul against Kokomo. It'll be on Jeff Arnett, his first, as he ran over one of the Logansport players. And with 4:32 to go in the half, the Berries up by 7. Logansport gets the ball, and Kokomo stays with their full court press. Boyer with the ball in play, and the press drops back now. Boyer to the time stripe, down the side to Williams. He drives in toward the basket, and his shot is blocked out of bounds by Willie Miles. Willie would intimidate a player, to say the least. He can jump like a gazelle. All right, the Berries have the ball into the floor, inbounds to Griner, fadeaway jumper, high off the board, no good. Tip Mullen, no good. Again, now it's up by Boyer, no good. Tipped in by Mullen. Well, the Berries were playing a little volleyball there, and Mullen got the basket. It's 19-10, Logansport leading with 4:08 to go in the first half. McNulty down the side to Alexander, out to Arnett at the right guard position. He looks in the pivot now, finds Rick Miles. He turns around at the line, comes down the right side of the lane, back out to Arnett, over in the corner to Alexander, pass in the middle to Willie Miles, or is it Rick Miles? We'll get a foul against Logansport's Rusty Griner. It's Rusty's second personal and the 4th team foul on Logansport. Kokomo will have ball control with 3:51 to play in the half. 19-10, Logansport leads. Bruce Alexander will make the inbounds pass for Kokomo, and his pass will go to the right corner, and McNulty lets it fly. It's no good, tip no good, and the foul on Griner again. Rusty's 3rd foul, and the big fella now is getting himself in medium foul trouble. 3rd foul on Griner. That would be 5 team fouls on Logansport. Rusty is coming out, and Kevin Lozier comes in to replace him. Rusty Griner gets a nice round of applause from the Berry fans here in the bowl. At the free throw line for the Kokomo Cats, number 24, Rick Miles, 1-on-1 free throw is short. Rebound, batted deep, and Kokomo will control it. Here's Arnett now, 3:41 to go in the half. Kokomo on the attack, Berries in his own defense. Down the corner, Alexander. Back out now to McNulty. He's in the free throw circle and then dribbles out of it. On the low post to Alexander. His turnaround shot as a spinner, no good. Tipped up, no good. Again, no good. And another foul, this on Matt Mullen of Logansport. And that's Matt's 2nd foul. And the Berries big men are getting in fouls, battling those rebounds. Free throw shooter again will be Rick Miles. It's still 19-10. Neither team has scored here in the past couple of seconds. Coach Jim Williams, I think, protesting that it should have been a jump ball. Rick Miles, leading scorer for Kokomo with an average of 27.6. In the conference, he's averaging 22.5 in 2 games. Left-handed free throw shot is off the back of the rim, and Mullins rebounds. Gets it off to Williams, and Jeff brings it up the floor. 3:18 to play in the half. The Berries up by 9. Here's Lozier, right side. Back out to Williams, back to Lozier. Williams comes over to take the ball. Into Mullen on the post for a turnaround. It's no good. The rebound is cleared by Rick Miles of the Cats. Down the floor quickly to Alexander, and he lost his balance, and traveling is called. So Kokomo turns it over, and the Berries get it back with 3 minutes to go here in the half. Good crowd on end of the Berry ball, watching these two old rivals go at it in a series that dates back to 1917. Now Wilson up floor, across the timeline, down the left stripe to Boyer. In the middle, it's Williams, the fake. The shot is good, and he's fouled on the play. Will the basket count? I do not believe it. No basket. The foul is on Stan McNulty. It is his third 7 free throws and 81 attempts coming into the ball game tonight. He gets this one. Jeff has been hitting 83% at the free throw line. Real fine average. Now the bonus free throw by Jeff Williams, and it's good. And the Berries lead 21-10, and Williams has 9 of Logansport's 21. 11 of them now. Here's Rethlake. Bounce pass over to Arnett. Alexander from the corner fires it up. No good, and Mullen pulls off the board for the Berries. Now to Mike Wilson, and Mike will bring it up. 2.5 minutes to go. First half of play. Here's Boyer driving on to the basket with a shot away. It's in and out. No good. The rebound taken by Willie Miles of Kokomo. Spins around to the timeline, still dribbling the ball. Passing it over on the right side to Arnett. Now to Rethlake. Rethlake comes to the top of the key. Pass over to Arnett. Down the corner, Alexander. Back to Arnett. Rethlake, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Jeff Williams. Had a lot of hustle. Tried to catch it before it hit the out-of-bounds stripe, but couldn't come up with the ball. Kokomo inbounds to Rethlake. 2:10 to go. Berries lead 21-10. Pass over on the side. Willie Miles shoots long. It's eye off the rim. Pulled down by Rick Miles at the free throw line. Takes it down the lane. Passes off to Arnett. He scores underneath. Nice ball handling by Kokomo. The assist to Rick Miles, the basket to Arnett. It's 21-12. And here's the Berries turning it over again. Kokomo will have the ball. It's been an unusual ball game, scoring-wise, to say the least. First quarter was 8-4. Here's Rethlake, and here's a traveling call on Rethlake, and the Berries will get the ball back. Been jumping at the chance to make something out of it. And first appearance in the game tonight, Mark Hurd, 6 feet tall junior. Pass up floor to Williams. Williams working against the Kokomo press on the right side of the floor. Out to Mike Wilson, down the side now to Boyer, here below us, left side of the floor. Boyer will dribble out. Over to Kevin Lozier. Now to Williams. Minute 28 to play in the half. Berries up by 9 over Kokomo. Wilson to Lozier, and the Berries will take timeout, stopping the clock with 1:22 to go, and we'll pause for this message from Berger Chevrolet Buick.
Williams trying to get the inbound pass from Wilson. Instead, they throw it to Power, and Power another steps across the line. Backcourt.
All right, as the Berries go to put the ball in play, the referee calls Scott Boyer for double crossing the time stripe, and Kokomo gets possession. They have the ball now. Alexander with it. Out to Arnett. Arnett looking around to Willie Miles. Far side to her. Down the corner, Alexander. And he almost lost it. Recovers. Looks around. On the high post now, Rick Miles comes out. Minute to go. Here's a loose ball stolen by Wilson. They've got 2-on-2, and Williams takes it down. Goaltending is called on the lay-in. Here's the free throw by Jeff. It's short, and Rick Miles has the rebound. He lost it, but it's over to Rick Miles, lost by Willie. Now to Mike Kerr. 51 seconds to go, 23-12. Here's Willie, baseline jump shot, no good, and a foul underneath will be called. The Modeling Company, Berger Chevrolet Buick, Logansport Savings and Loan, and Gil Thomas in the Brokerage House. Scott Boyer at the free throw line. His attempt is good. Starting tonight, Boyer had hit 6 out of 11 at the free throw line for 55%. Now Tom Kendall comes in for Matt Mullen in the Logansport lineup. Mullen coming out with 46 seconds to play. Here's Boyer now with the second free throw on the bonus, and he makes it. He has 6 points in the game, and the Berries lead 25-12. Bounce pass up to Arnett, and stolen away by Williams. He can't control the ball, and it's picked up down floor by Boyer, but they're going to stop play back up floor and call inbounds for the Cats. 37 seconds to go. Her with the ball. Getting it over to Arnett down the left side. It's knocked out of bounds by Williams. The Berries reaching and pawing and clawing for that ball, knocking it away. Inbounds quickly. Here's Willie Miles, left corner with a shot away. It's good. Willie hits one from long range, his second basket of the game. The press is on. It's 25-14, Logansport leads with 20 seconds to go, and Jeff Williams passing underneath the Kendall. He's tied up, will have a jump ball. Bruce Alexander also at 6'2" for the Cats. 16 seconds to go. Here is the tip, and it will go deep, and it's recovered by Kevin Lozier, the Berries. Now to Mike Wilson, back to Lozier, 10 seconds to go. Now to Jeff Williams, looks at the clock, into the right side, can't get open, passes the ball over the head of Wilson and out of bounds with 2 seconds to play, and the Cats will have the ball. 2 seconds to go in the first half. Stay tuned for the musical halftime show. Here's the long shot by the Cats is no good, and that's the end of the first half of play here in Berry Bowl with a halftime score. Logansport 25 and Kokomo.
Broadcast over WSAL in Logansport. Now with the opening kickoff for the 7.5 Big Ten.
And the tip will be knocked around to the far side of the floor and finally retrieved by Kokomo's Willie Miles. 25-14 as we start play here in the third quarter. In the backcourt now is McNulty for Kokomo. On the far side is pass to Willie Miles, back out to McNulty. Now they'll come to this side to Arnett, down the corner to Alexander, back out to Arnett, top of the key. The shot McNulty is no good, and Mullins is there for the rebound. Big Matt did a good job on that rebound for the Berries, and it's Logansport's ball. Jeff Williams walks it up on the dribble now at the timeline. He passes over to Wilson, down the left side to Mullen. Matt, the big guy working out in the corner, comes out. Cross-court pass to Boyer, moves toward mid-floor, working toward his left. Now reverses with a pass to Wilson, gives it right back to Boyer, and there's a ball tipped and stolen, but losing the ball and going out of bounds was 5-14, Logansport leading. Pass comes in to Jeff Williams. He is being one-man pressed by Jeff Arnett. Now Williams, stutter step, pass down to Boyer. On the high post to Griner, back to Boyer and over to Mullen. Down this side to Mike Wilson. Mike on the high post again to Griner. Comes down the right side of the lane, reverses, can't get in for the shot. Out to Boyer and over to Williams. Berries will set it up again. Kokomo sticking to their zone defense. No, they're into a man-to-man now. Played zone first half. Here's Boyer taking it in, and we're getting a whistle as he moves toward the basket. The foul will be all at the Berries' end of the floor. Pass comes out. There's the screen. The shot by Jeff Williams. He's fouled on the play. And it will be on Rethlake. It will be his. Williams set. Free throw attempt is good. Jeff now going for his 15th point of the night. He was averaging 27.1 overall. His second free throw is good. And the Berries have a 27-14 lead now. It's been a low-scoring ball game right along. But certainly a scrappy one. Arnett with the ball for Kokomo. Out to Rethlake. Far side, Willie Miles. He'll shoot from there. It's long. It's off the back of the rim. The rebound is controlled by Rick Miles in the lane. The fake, and now the shot over Griner is good. Rick Miles scores his second field goal of the game, and Kokomo is quickly on the Berries with a full court press. But Mike Wilson brings the ball up the floor. Mike has not scored yet tonight. Berries have had one shot by Williams, but he was fouled. It was blocked, and he got 2 foul shots. Here's Williams driving in with a shot, no good, and we're going to get a charging foul on Williams. And the player control foul gives the ball out of bounds to Kokomo. 27-16 the score. Berries on top with 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Rethlake has the ball. Over to Arnett. Right side. Back to Rethlake. The guard moves it over here now to Willie. And it's almost taken away from him. He gets the ball back. Goes for a shot. No good. And a foul is going to be called on the play underneath the basket. And the foul will be charged to Logansport's number 44 at their end line. Pass comes into Arnett in the right corner. Out to Rethlake. Rethlake into the free throw circle, being double teamed. Finally gets a ball over here to Rick Miles, who goes high off the board for the shot, no good. And Rethlake retrieving it in the corner, but can't catch up to it. It'll be out of bounds, and they'll give it to Kokomo. 5:34 to play here in the third quarter. 27-16, the Berries lead. The pass comes back to the guard slot to Arnett. Rethlake comes around, takes the ball, works across the circle. Over on the left side, Willie Miles fires the one-hander. It's high off the rim, no good. Tipped up in the air, no good. Back again, who's going to get it? Rick Miles does. He is fouled on the play by Boyer of Logansport. Scott Boyer's second foul, third team foul on the Berries. Kokomo is going to take a timeout with 5:20 to go in the third quarter, and Logansport leading 27-16. And we'll pause for this message from
5:20 left to go. Kokomo has the ball. We're in the third quarter. 27-16. Inbound pass is stolen away by Griner for Logansport.
Kokomo's inbounds pass was stolen by the Berries' Rusty Griner. He gets it to Jeff Williams, and Jeff brings it up floor. Over to Mike Wilson. Far side to Matt Mullen. Back out to Williams, back to Mullen. In the pivot now, Rusty Griner with a turnaround jumper. It's no good. Tipped up by Mullen and in. And a foul on the play. Foul maybe on Mullen. He'll get the basket. And now both the Berries' big men, Griner and Mullen, are carrying the burden of 3 fouls. More importantly, that's the 4th team foul on the Berries. Kokomo has committed but 1 or 2. Here's the pass for the Wildcats down the corner to Alexander and knocked away and out of bounds by the Berries' Jeff Williams. So Cats will put it in play at the sideline near the corner down here below us. Inbounds to Redflake. It's 29-16. Logansport leading. 4:45 to play, third quarter. Willie Miles in the pivot. Shot Alexander. Spinner no good. Rebound. Mullen saves it, getting it to Griner. Nice play by Mullen. Rusty finds Mullen with a pass. Looks back over to Boyer. Kokomo, who is pressing. The press drops back now as Boyer brings it up floor. And Scotty Palmer giving it out of bounds to Kokomo. Pass comes into Redflake. He'll bring it back up across the time stripe now. Passing it to Arnett down the corner. Alexander, baseline one-hander is good. That's his second field goal. And it's 29-18. And Kokomo again pressing full court. Now Williams with the ball for the Berries. Williams to Wilson. Back to Williams. Far side to Boyer. Williams comes over to take the ball. Now starts to move in toward the basket, and as he does so, the whistle sounds, and a foul will be called. Again, Arnett's third foul. That's the third team foul on Kokomo. Berries inbounds to Williams. The shot at 18. Good. Williams' 4th field goal and his 17th point of the game. It's 31-18 now. Logansport leading. 3:50 to go, third period. Redflake, right side to Willie Miles. Rick Miles, give and go in the middle. A loose ball will go out of bounds. It'll be Kokomo's ball. Over in the far corner, the Cats will put it in play, and Jeff Arnett will be the trigger man. Here's his pass. It'll come out to Rick Miles, and he just hands it to Tom Redflake. Tom working out toward midfloor. Pass down the corner. There's nobody there. And Kokomo comes right back with a full court man-to-man press. The pass comes up this side to Williams. He works down the floor, comes in toward the lane, sets up Mullen. The shot is good. And a foul underneath on Willie Miles. 6'9" junior. Free throw is good. 34-18. Logansport leading. Alexander halfway down the right side. Over to Arnett now for the Wildcats. To Redflake. Back to Arnett, down the corner. Alexander shooting and scores again. That's 2 in a row by Alexander. Again, the press on by Kokomo. Williams has the ball for the Berries. 3:10 to go. Logan up by 14. Williams working near the time stripe. Now at midfloor. Looking around, finds Mike Wilson with a pass. Who returns it to Jeff Williams. Back to Wilson. Pass down the floor. Deflected, intercepted for Kokomo by Rick Miles. Up to Bruce Alexander. Alexander looking for help. Pass down the side to Willie Miles. He'll go in as far as he can to Alexander. His 15-footer is no good, and a foul is going to be called on Jeff Williams of the Berries. That'll be his second, and that's 5 team fouls on Logansport, which gives Kokomo the bonus now. 34-20. Well, there's a lot of activity. All the yelling was going on because 2 players had run over each other way back at the other end of the floor while that action was going on. Arnett has come out of the ball game, and McNulty has come back time. He'll have 2 shots. Here's his free throw. It's good. Alexander ready again for the free throw. At the line, it's up. It is in and out, and it's pulled down by the Berries' Rusty Griner. Over to Mike Wilson, takes his time, bringing it up the floor. Fires it to Williams, down the right side to Boyer. He's got his man beat, takes it in, it's blocked, and we're going to get a foul. It will be against Kokomo. He has 6 points in the game. His free throw is good. Done again. 6'2" senior right hand. Free throw is good. And the Berries move out to a 36-21 advantage. Pass over for Kokomo to McNulty. Now to Smith. In the pivot, here's Willie. He's got 2 men on him. Falls down, and Williams takes the ball away from him. Williams on the attack for Logansport, and Rick Miles getting up slowly down the lane. A layup, no good. Rebound, no good. Tip Mullen, no good. Taken by Willie Miles, and we're having an official's timeout now as Rick Miles, as we mentioned, 2:11 to go, third quarter. 36-21, the Berries lead. Kokomo puts the ball in play now. 2:08 remaining, the clock running. Here's a pass on the pivot. Alexander's turnaround is in and out. The rebound is no good by Smith. Tipped up, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Logansport. It'll be Kokomo's ball. Alexander will put the ball in play from the end line, and he does to McNulty. Out to Smith. Back to McNulty, who fires it from the left side. It's no good. The ball flies out to Logansport's Jeff Williams. Jeff just nonchalantly brings it up with a left-hand dribble, fires it over to Wilson, down the side to Boyer. In the pivot to Griner, give and go. Boyer from the line. It's high. It's no good. Tipped up and in. I believe by Williams, I think. We'll have to wait and see. And here's an offensive foul on Rick Miles. And Rick is a little bit with 1:32 to go. And pivot foot, and Scotty is gone for traveling. You're listening to Berries basketball on WSAL Logansport, Indiana. Here's Willie Miles working the left baseline with a jump shot. It's no good. Tipped out by Willie. Gets his own rebound at the free throw line. Dribbles down, takes another shot and misses. Pulled off on the side by Alexander. He falls down and travels with the ball. 1:11 to go, third quarter. It's 38-21. We checked the TV recording playback, and they confirm it was Williams on that tip-in. All right, Berries have the ball. Kokomo ready to press full court. Pass comes into Boyer. They've taken it away from him. Here comes Willie Miles to the basket, and a charging foul on Willie as he ran over Scott. The Berries the ball out of bounds.
How many times do we see this when we go out of town?
All right, here's Jeff Williams with the ball, working up the left side of the floor, and he is fouled by Bruce Alexander, and that is his second personal. Game very ragged to begin with. Now it's becoming more so with the free throw line. 1-1, it's good. Trip of the year down to Richmond, and the Red Devils are rated about the 8th team in the state. Bonus free throw is good by Williams. It's 40-21 with 1 minute to go, and here's another foul. This will be on, I believe, over 6'2" senior. 7 points for Bruce tonight. His free throw attempt is good. The contest on the bonus free throw with 1 minute to go here in the third quarter, and he missed it. Rebound taken by Rick Miles. He travels with the ball, called against Rick Miles of Kokomo. When the traveling violation occurred, Rick just put the ball right down on the floor where he was and walked away. And the technical one shot, it is good. Here's the pass back to Williams in the backcourt. He'll have to bring it down floor. Up across the 10-second line, over to Wilson. Mike back to Williams. Jeff now works the left side. Looks around, gives it back to Wilson. 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. Boyer with it. In on the post to Griner, to Williams. Layup is blocked. Pulled off for Kokomo. Bruce Alexander up floor to Willie Miles, and it's stolen away from him by Boyer and knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Kokomo's ball. Half a minute to go.
32 seconds remaining.
Berries up by 19 over the Cats. Inbounds for Kokomo. Smith in the corner. McNulty. Pass in the pivot. Goes through everybody's legs, and finally coming up with it is Rusty Griner of Logansport. As the Cats turn it over on the bad pass in the pivot. Here's Mike Wilson now. 19 seconds to play. The clock running, third quarter. Crisscrosses and gives to Williams. Jeff goes down and backpedals back. Over to Wilson, 10 seconds to go. Wilson working the left guard position. Now 7 seconds. Back to Williams. Jeff looking up to the clock. Fires the one-hander. It's no good, and that's the end of the quarter with a score. Logansport 41, Kokomo 22, and now this from Kirkland Chevrolet Buick. To go in the fourth quarter. In that last period, the Berries hit 4 out of 9 for 44%. Kokomo 3 of 16, 19%. The tip goes to the Berries' Jeff Williams. Logansport has ball control now to start the fourth quarter, and they also have a 41-22 lead over Kokomo. Mike Wilson with the ball. Down the left side. Jeff Williams takes it to the boards and is going to be called for charging on his drive to the basket. for Jeff Wood, and the foul 13, a little over 13. Here's Willie Miles now at the strike. Free throw attempt is good. That will give him 122. And the bonus free throw by Miles is good. It's 41-24. Berries by 17. The full court press is on. Passes into Williams. He's being double teamed. Up floor to Boyer. Scotty drives down. Takes a 10-foot shot. It is no good. We have a foul on McNulty. And Stan McNulty is fouled out of the 2 shots. Right hand attempt is up. And he takes a game. Now has his 8 points. And misses this one. The rebound comes off to the corner. Kokomo retrieves it, and Rethlake loses the ball. It's picked up by Wilson, driving down in the lane. The layup is good. Mike Wilson gets his first points of the night, and it's 44-24. Berries with their biggest lead of 20 points now in the first minute of play in the fourth quarter. Alexander out to Smith, almost lost the ball, gets it out to Rethlake. On this side to Willie Miles. He'll shoot a 20-footer from the left side. It's off the back of the rim, and the rebound flies out to Jeff Williams of the Berries. Long pass to Greiner. He's there. It's good. Greiner scores on the Berries' fast break. They lead 46-24, and Kokomo takes time. We'll pause for these messages.
Back into the lineup, the sophomore for the Cats. Top of the key.
Any business yet?
Right side, Arnett works it into Rick. Rick turns around, loses the ball out of bounds, but it's kicked out of bounds by Mullen of Logan, and it goes back to the Cats. Alexander takes it out baseline left. Bruce looks up underneath to Rick. Rick, Arnett.
All right, here's the inbounds pass for Kokomo, and Jeff Williams steals it for the Berries. Has it knocked away from him, comes back to retrieve it. Berries take it away from the Cats. I'll bring it up floor now with 6:38 to play in the game. Remember the fifth quarter coming up with Coach Jim Williams right after the ball game tonight. Here's Mike Wilson working around the top of the free throw circle. Hands off now to Boyer. Now over to Jeff Williams. Back out to Wilson. Berries trying to draw, I think, Kokomo out a little bit away in their defense. Now Boyer with the ball. Scott working the right side of the floor. Top of the key to Williams. The long one-hander. Short off the front of the rim. Ball batted around in the lane. And Mullins comes up with it. Misses the shot. Greiner tips no good, and a foul on Mullen. That's 4 on Big. Except for the early stages, Kokomo had a 2-0 lead for a long time. All right, here's Willie Miles at the free throw line, and he misses it. And the rebound comes to Rusty Greiner, and it's knocked away from him, and stolen by Smith, and restolen for Logansport by Williams. Now Wilson brings it down floor, takes it to the top of the lane, and puts it up no good, batted up no good. Knocked out to the side of the floor, out of bounds, Kokomo's ball. Comes out. So Arnett and Rethlake are the guards for Kokomo now. We have the 2 Miles boys and Alexander on the front line. Here's Arnett in for the left side with a layup. It is no good. Rebound batted over to Rick Miles. Tries a turnaround. It's blocked, and a foul on Rusty Greiner. That'll be Rusty's 4th foul in the game. At the line with 2 shots. The first one is in and out. No good. And he misses this one, and Mullen rebounds for Logansport. Now Mike Wilson for the Berries. 5.5 minutes to play in the game. Logan with a big lead of 22 points over the Kokomo Cats. Here's Wilson down the lane. Layup is no good. Greiner's follow through no good. Mullins bats it up no good. Deep to Williams. Jeff brings it in, turns around, fires it up and in. 48-24. Logansport all the way. Rethlake now on the dribble, on the high post. Miles to Willie. Onto the right side of the basket. Can't get in. Out to Alexander, to Rethlake. He's double teamed. Now to Alexander in the pivot. Rick Miles turn around, and he is fouled. Somebody grabbed in. Way off his average of 27.5.
Rick Miles again at the free throw.
1-on-1 free throw attempt is up. It's good.
Miles with 5 points.
Rick ready again. 6'3" senior, a fine jumper and a good pivot man. Left-hand free throw attempt, good again. And it's 48-26. The Cats are pressing all over the place. The pass comes into Boyer. Up floor to Mullen. Hook pass down to Williams. They got 2-on-1, and Williams' 10-foot jump shot, no good. Rebound pulled off by Willie Miles of Kokomo. Now to Alexander. Up floor, ball stolen by Boyer. Racing up the left side of the floor, and the loose ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Kokomo's ball. Saying that it went off the foot of Scott Boyer. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to play. Rethlake inbounds to Arnett, back to Rethlake. Far side to Alexander, back to Rethlake, Alexander, Rethlake. Now they'll try this side to Arnett. Rethlake takes it in, pass to Rick Miles, and he's in the lane too long. It'll be out of bounds to Logansport. Rick Miles of Kokomo, refreshing word from Tab.
That timeout goes to Logansport. 4:32. Shot 47 times.
All right, Barry's putting the ball in play against the Cats press with 4.5 minutes to go and leading 48-26. Jeff Williams, bounce pass up floor to Mike Wilson. The Berries have gone to their double post offense now. Let's see if they play a little keep away, try to shake it open. Here's Williams, top of the lane, pass off Griner's 10-foot shot, no good, and it's pulled down by Arnett for Kokomo. Jeff Arnett, bounce pass over to Alexander in the left corner, back out to Rick Miles, and he travels with the ball. Rick is the Berry ball, and knew he dare not do it. All right, Berry's ball, side of the floor, putting it in against the press to Jeff Williams. 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Williams guarded by Rethlake and loses the ball. It's picked up by Rick Miles. He'll take it down in the lane. 10-foot jump shot is good. Rick Miles scoring. And it's 48-28. Berries lead cut to 20 with 3:45 to play. Williams on the dribble for the Berries. Down the right side to Boyer. Back out to Wilson. Berries are spread. There's nobody in the pivot. Now Williams with the ball on the left side. Out to Boyer. Berries have gone to a spread offense. They'll be cutting around, trying to shake somebody loose for an easy basket. Eat some time off the clock. 3:25 to go. Here's Williams down the lane. The layup is good. That's just exactly what they're trying to do, is spread everybody out of that lane, and somebody will drive down, and it was Williams that time for the basket. Here's Jeff Arnett for Kokomo, getting in as far as he can, feeds it to Rethlake. Now over to Rick Miles, into Willie Miles, his short shot, and there's a lane violation against the Cats. It'll be out of bounds to the Berries. 3:05 to go, 50-28. Logansport with a 22-point lead. Berries will go 2-0 in the conference, and the Cats will stand at 1-2. Now Mike Wilson with the ball. Williams.
Percentage-wise from the field, both teams are just
Boyer.
not into it tonight.
Boyer holding the ball. Now he drives to the top of the key and then comes back out. Over to Wilson. Mike gets by Rethlake, comes down the lane. Fadeaway jumper is no good, and it's pulled off, and a foul on Rusty Griner, and that's 4 on Rusty. He'll have 1-1. His free throw attempt is good. 7 to go. The fans begin to leave the Berry Bowl. Left-hand free throw off the back of the rim. Mullen pulls it in for Logansport on the rebound. Down to Mike Wilson. Bounce pass over to Jeff Williams, and Rethlake is there to pick him up for Kokomo defensively. Jeff down the lane, loses the ball, and gets right back to him. He scores. That was like a hot potato, and it went off a Kokomo player's hands, rebounded right back to Williams for an easy push shot. He has 28 points. Here's Rethlake. He'll fire from the edge of the free throw circle. It's no good. The ball is tipped out in the corner, taken by Willie Miles. Willie jump pass over to Alexander for a 10-footer, and he scores. 52-31 with 2 minutes to go. Here's Williams right at the timeline now for the Berries. Comes down, top of the lane, and he's bumped and pushed, and we're going to get a foul. The foul against 1-1. Free throw by Jeff is good. Contest. Jeff is ready. The free throw is good. 54-31, and Kokomo loses the ball out of bounds. Lozier, Sweet, Jones, and Williams in the ball game. Berry's ball inbounds. Williams shot for the right corner. Good. 32 points now for Jeff, and it's 56-31. Berries have turned it into a rout. Willie Miles in the pivot, Rick Miles, and we're going to get a foul. Play. Here's Rick Miles, 6'3", senior at the line. Left-handed free throw attempt is in and out. Tipped up by Willie, no good. Taken by Kevin Lozier for the Berries. Now to Jeff Williams with 1:35 to play. Jeff drives up to the middle of the floor. Setting it up now. He's guarded there by O'Bannon. Now to Eric Sweet. Sweet just kind of holds the ball a bit, gets by O'Bannon, drives down top of the lane, has the ball come right out of his hand and falls in the hands of Alexander for Kokomo. Over to O'Bannon in the pivot. Here is Rick Miles with the shot. It's no good, tipped up by Willie, and he scores. 56-33. Jeff Williams now with 1:06 to play. Williams down the left side of the floor. There's a pick, and crashing into it is O'Bannon. Tom Kendall at the free throw line, and Tom's attempt is no good. Rebounded off by Willie Miles. Up to the side. Alexander with the shot for the right side. It's no good. Tipped up and in by Rick Miles. 49 seconds to go. Arnold has the ball taken away from him, and now O'Bannon drives down and scores on a lay-in. The press is still on. Jones with the ball to Dave Arnold, or Bill Arnold rather. Now to Kendall, up to Dave Jones. 30 seconds to play. Jones with the ball to Arnold. Reserves are in there for the Berries. Now it's Eric Sweet. 20 seconds to go. Dave Jones at near the 10-second line. Bounce pass back to Sweet. To Arnold. He almost stole it again. Over to Kendall. Back to Bill Arnold. He works into the free throw line. Takes a shot. It's no good. Rebound up Kendall. And Tom misses. Pulled off for Kokomo by Rick Miles. And that's it. The ball game is all over. And the Berries win their 5th in a row. And their 8th game in 9 tries with a convincing 56-37 victory over the Kokomo Wildcats, giving Logansport a record in the conference of 2 victories and no losses, and Kokomo now with a record 1-2 in the conference, 2-7 overall. We'll be back, but now this from Berger Chevrolet.
Careful. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Some little kid stopped Jeff Williams, got his autograph.
About 30.
Yeah.